Hello everyone, welcome to Hexahedra. I'm playing the demo, although the full game came out just a couple days ago. So I think, right? I think it was a couple days ago, mid-March, May. I don't know much about it. I looked at the Steam store page. It looks like a kind of, you know... There was some discussion of it being an automation and factory builder, but it looked to me like it's really more of just like a programming/engineering game. You know, in the style of Space Chem or whatever, and not in the style of Factorio, which is fine. I'm better at the Space Chem style games than Factorio anyway. So let's see. Playing the demo, which I see includes a number of tutorial levels, and then the real game definitely has more levels after this, because we can see on the front page they're talking about Puzzle 17. So if I end up liking it, I may well play the real game. But for now, since I have a demo, I'll try the demo. Up and running. Your new boss, Dentar Khaladzade takes you through the basics of a working factory. Oh god, they're gonna keep giving me this guy's name. I'm not Eastern European enough for this stuff. Is that what this would be? It's not Russian, is it? You step inside the WizCorp factory and follow the tatty sides reading Dantar Khaladzada, factory director. He looks up as you enter. Okay, yes, very good. Oh, indeed, there is a sign right there. WizCorp Cube Fab. Ah, you're here. Yes, that's wonderful. Welcome to WizCorp Cube Fab. I know I said you'd be training with our floor manager, but she's taken some leave. Yes, very short notice. Suspicious. Nothing to worry about, though. I've disassembled the robot responsible. We're quite safe. I'll train you up myself. I'll show you the break room. You can leave your things there, and we'll head straight out to the factory. Right then, this way. Okay. I don't need, like, that much story. We'll see. You know, the game can make the story compelling. So far, it looks just sort of filler, but, you know, who knows. I set this factory up yesterday. It spruces up some scrap cubes I bought on the cheap. I'll talk you through it, show you how our manufacturing works. Oh my gosh, there are buttons assigned to every key on the damn keyboard. Wow, okay. By the way, if you ever want to repeat a level's tutorial, press this button. Yeah. Okay, so we have a source and a target. What are these icons, I wonder? Zoom in, show cube net. Ah, the 2D, yeah, okay. You can make it bigger or smaller. Okay, cool. Yeah, left click and drag, see different sides. Oh, whoa, okay, got it. Boy, I really do need it bigger, huh? I guess this is tolerable. There's a blue side adjacent to a wood side, and the rest is all gray. Okay. Cubes always enter on their default rotation. Got it. So in fact, it does matter that the gray is the blue is the top, and the wood is, you know, south of it, whatever. Okay. This is the cube we want to make. The paint has been cleaned off, and the damaged wooden face has been removed, or just replaced with like a blank side. Actually removed. Okay. So it's like a box. It's got a lid that you can put stuff into. Okay. This is the command track. Commands placed here are executed in order, looping at the end. I've set these commands up. You can lock them in place. You can see a factory in action. Sure. So... these commands are all fixed. So... first it does a delete. Trigger sourcer? Okay, source 1. We don't understand about multiple sources yet. It creates. Then it rotates up to the front of the cube, which I guess it shows us. I don't know. We'll see. Cleaner. Clears all paint. Yeah, so this... we must be looking at a... this is the front of the cube, not the top. This is the top of the cube. So it's as if there were a floor under it and we're looking at it, rather than if we're like looking down at it from the ceiling. Okay? Got it. So it cleans that, and then a heater? Burns away wooden panels. All wooden panels in a cube, an entire cube. And decoration from the panel facing it. Okay. So, but don't we have a rotation that we haven't accounted for? We've sourced it. It looks like this. And then we rotate it. Front of the cube upwards. Okay, I still don't understand this. I'm sure they'll tell me about it later. I'm just trying to get it myself here. And then go back to the beginning. I don't understand what delete track means here. This seems like the first thing that happens. Moving the camera. The arrow keys? What the hell? Okay. I was expecting WASD, but I guess we use that over here. Obviously, we're going to do it with the mouse. Arrow keys are for primitives. Zoom with the mouse or... lean the camera? I guess in a game about three-dimensional cubes, I might need to do that. Ready to run. Press start. Okay, so is there... Okay, so... it shows up like that. We rotate it up. It removes the paint from the top. It burns the wood away, and then we ship it. So it doesn't care what rotation we deliver it at, huh? Indeed, there's even a flipped net. Okay, so there is a fixed rotation they come in at, but it doesn't seem to care what rotation we send them away at, because we're not sending it in quite the same way, right? Are we? Yeah, because the wooden part is on the bottom in this diagram. But we're shipping it with the wooden part in the front. Well, the destroyed wooden part. By default, Hexahedra sends your solutions to the stats server. Yeah, so this is like a classic Zectronics stats server thing. It's nice that they give you the option to opt out, but I'm happy to participate. And in fact, I already reviewed these settings in the general options menu. Fine, next. So tell me how to play the game. On the way back from the factory floor, Dantar stops off at a kitchen filled with shelf upon shelf of herbal teas. He tells you to help yourself and makes a peppermint infusion. Dude's on wheelies. Heelys. Alright, now you've seen a factory in action, I'll walk you through setting up one of your own. Sips its tea, spits it back. Ugh, full of ridiculous kitchen bods, put salt in the sugar bowl. Look, grab the headset off that pile of boxes. I'll sort out the kitchen before we find out the soup of the day is cream of engine oil, and we can talk through the factory process as you go. Yes, you've figured out the sugar. You can add devices. Oh, interesting. Okay. You can add devices to the left, right, top, bottom, and rear, but not front, apparently. Middle slot. The middle slot. What the hell? Okay, so I guess what you're... Okay, each workstation is itself a larger cube with 6 faces. The front face is for you to look at it, and the other 5 faces are to manipulate cubes in some way. You can add commands by dragging them, left clicking, we'll put it in the highlighted track. Okay. Or if you've learned the shortcut keys, you can just mouse over to put it in a specific place. Okay, fine. Okay. A worked example. This workstation will also clean the cubes. It doesn't contribute to your progress, but you can use it as a reference as you build your workstation. You could probably clean the cubes more efficiently than yours. Run, stop, edit. Yeah, of course. Okay, so what's going on here? I have... Okay, let's make this bigger. Let's make them both bigger. Why not? Treat yourself. So it comes in with blue and green on 2 of the faces. And which one is in the front? The green. So as I understand it, we can't... we can't have, you know, a manipulator tool that affects the front of the cube. So we will have to rotate it to get something done. But we should be able to... Where are cleaners? Oh gosh, right? What is... Up, right... Oh, clockwise as viewed from the top, I guess? No, wait, that's what I would think of as right. Clockwise as viewed from the front. Sure, okay. Alright, these are all for triggering things. These are the actual devices I can place. A shipper, which can go really anywhere, right? And a cleaner, which is, I think we will want 2 cleaners. Okay, so it comes in blue on top, green on front. So if I put cleaners in back and top, and start by rotating it up. Nope, not start. I need to trigger the source. Where's the source? Oh, the left device? Yes, goes there. Add a cube. Rotate cube up. Then trigger top and where's rear? Here? Rear devices. And then I think we can just ship it, right? Which we haven't placed yet either. Let's put it on the right for symmetry with the thing on the left. Trigger the right device. Right? That's all I need to do. Let's say run. Oop, there's a thing. Rotate. Cleans off one thing. Cleans off the other thing. Deliver. Are we happy? I couldn't quite tell if I was doing the top and the bottom. Oh, I have to say go back to start. I could not do that. Where's stop? There. But it'll loop back eventually. But this way I can say just start the loop again. So I want to see... Yeah, blue is on the top. Putting it back there. We clean the green. We clean the blue. We send it away. And we start over. Okay, are these fast forward buttons? Cool. Seems simple enough. I'll be back after just a second. I guess while I was up, the music came to an end. Alright, next level. As you arrive the next morning, Dantar has what looks suspiciously like half a kitchen bought in pieces on his desk. Good morning. We had a straightforward order come in overnight. It's perfect for you to practice on. Let's head to the factory floor and I'll show you how to set up spray painters. Probably should have told you to bring a packed lunch. Painting cubes. They want yellow cubes. Okay. Here's what the customer wants. Cube painted yellow around the middle, but not the left and right. Fine. Doesn't matter which way up the cube is. Yes, I figured that out already. Spray painter. We use a spray painter. Comes in several colors. Left click to switch to yellow. Okay. Place the device. Device says. Okay. Yes. Very good. May I? Oh, was I supposed to drag these? I don't remember that detail. Okay, so This is a reference device. Yeah, I mean, we could do it with fewer devices, with just one painter and 4 rotation. Well, 3 rotations, I guess. Or we could do it with fewer turns, using 2 devices and just rotating once. I don't know. Left, trigger bottom, trigger top. Rotate up, trigger bottom, trigger top, trigger right, go home. Like, very simple. Oh, I guess we could actually do it in even fewer steps. Doing it as they did here with... This I don't quite understand. How are they... Trigger source, paint left and right. Oh, they're painting something not related at all. They're painting something red on the left and right. Okay. So it's true. Well, no, it's not true that we could use 4 paint thingies, right? Because we need 2 spaces for in and out, and we need 1 space to look at it. So we only have 3 spaces left. So this is the maximal device and maximal speed approach. We could take a minimal device approach that would be slower, if we so wished. I wonder if there's going to be at some point some way to parallelize things so that you can, like, there must be, right? So far what we have is very, very simple. You couldn't make a very interesting puzzle game out of this. So there must be more interesting tools you get later. I mean, that makes sense. We're on, like, level 3 or something. You're arriving Dentar's office and you're shouting somewhere in the factory. Oi, you lazy, dozy waste of power. Canisters were labeled, but you spoiled a batch of cubes. Restock, but don't connect the hoses. Okay. Painted red. Yeah, very funny. You sort that out. I'm going to run some diagnostics on the bot fleet. Whereas Silicon Zeros, for example, by Pleasing Fungus, and also his other game, the more recent one, Manufactoria 2022, I thought the story was very charming. This just seems like filler. I would just rather it weren't here, honestly. But maybe it gets good eventually. These cubes were assembled correctly, but some of them got painted the wrong color. We need to fix. Decorating cubes. Client wanted their logo stamped on red, but they got cyan. You can spray paint over the top of it, no need to clean it. But it'll cover up the logo, so we need to restamp it with a decorator. Yeah. Doing this will take more than 1 track of commands. Okay. Interesting. You can add extra forward or reverse tracks? What? Okay, I wonder what that's all about. You can also, okay, yeah, using the supplies below the stop button. Drop them where you need them. You can add new tracks to the workstation containing the oh, you can just click to add them to the highlighted track. Okay. But only up to 5 tracks per station. Extra tracks can also be deleted. If it only has 1 track, deleting it just removes all of it. Okay, sure. Switching tracks. Track up and track down allow you to move the command marker between tracks. This is why you might want a reverse one, so that instead of having to say, okay, go to 5, and then jump to the beginning of track 1, and then, like, jump to the beginning of track 0 or something like that. Like, saying switch tracks and go to 0. You can just say switch tracks, and then you can, like, go backwards, and you can build, like, an actual physical loop in that way, I guess. And I guess there are seek commands that we get later. If you want to move the tracks to see behind them, you can drag them with this handle. Drag off to the side with this handle. And they pop into their own thing. Okay, that's cute. Set up your workstation to fix the cubes. The one on the right looks pretty dreadful. Well, okay, so what do we... the whole middle row has a logo. But it's the wrong color. Oh, and the side ones aren't even painted. Got it. Okay. Fine. If I do that, it goes back. Alright. Well, this is more interesting. I think. So you could just use these as like... Okay, yeah, just reverse the direction. You could just use these as like a way to write a program with 20 steps in it. I suspect there will be fancier things you can do at some point. Because ultimately, decorated planet. Ultimately, all we need to do is like, input, output. That's 2. We need to make 8 painting commands. That's 10. And we need a rotation is 11. And we need go back to start. That's 12. I assume there's some way eventually you get something more like functions where you can have a reusable piece of functionality somehow. Where I could have a, you know, I could use slot 4 to like reference some other thing I define that says paint red, paint a planet, rotate clockwise, or something like that, right? But okay, understood. I know what to do here, I guess. Oh, do I want to reverse one? I don't know that it matters, really. Maybe I want it... I mean, the interesting thing I don't understand, really, is like how to handle transition back to the start. I guess... If I'm only doing 12 things, right? I can kind of just use this loop here-ish, yeah? Oh, is this? I see. It's not just the track, it's the whole thing. Got it. Okay, so I want some devices. Give me a sorcerer on the left. And painters in blue on the top. Ah! Right. You can't have the same device on the top as you do. Like, you can't have, like... I can't just say, oh, point the top face up, paint it blue, then stamp it, then rotate it. Because we have to have a different device responsible for rotating. That's cool. Or for stamping. So what we're going to do is we're going... where's my... Yeah, we're done. Send it to the right. Okay. So we're going to start, obviously, by triggering the left device to get a new block. We're going to paint it, and then going to rotate it up so that the newly painted side is facing the decorator. Then we're going to trigger the rear device, and then we're just going to repeat these steps several times, right? So we actually have 12 steps worth of actual work to do, together with a little bit of other junk. I'm not totally sure exactly how much. So I think we want at least this much all in the top track. And I think that's exactly enough. At this point, we can say go down a track. Wait, why am I want to click here. I don't... This is the active one, but I guess I have to say where I want it. Okay, so I want trigger top device here, then rotate up, then back device. Top device, rotate up, back device. Now it's all done, so ship it with the right device and go up, right? That's what this beautiful symmetry is supposed to be. So does that make any sense? Oh, whoops, no, it was supposed to be red. Stop, stop, I'm ruining the cubes. I'm as dumb as a robot. Okay, try again. You can't really see the back very well, but it's about to rotate to the bottom. Which looks right, yeah? Oh, wow, there's a silly little animation for that. I love it. Yeah? And can I see, like, it likes that. Great, so we did that right. So just, like, zip on through all this for me, please. Some people did it with fewer commands. Interesting. Could you somehow manage fewer commands if you had more devices in some way? I don't quite see how you do that. Well, I guess if you had another red painter on, say, the bottom, the only space left to work with, then you wouldn't need... Well, no. It seems to me... I guess you wouldn't need as many rotations, right? Well, no, because... Maybe you could do with fewer rotations. I don't know. It seems like each face that you paint has to get sent to this stamper at some point. In particular, that means the front face has to get to the stamper. So say you painted the top and bottom, rotated. Now you can stamp what's in currently the back, which was the top. But... you're still going to have to rotate 4 times to get 4 different faces to this guy, right? So I don't think you can do any fewer of these commands. I think you need all of the rotations, because whatever face you have this planet starting at can't have a painter starting there, right? So every face has to be rotated at least once to get to this decorator. And every face has to be painted, and every face has to be stamped. So that's 12 commands. So maybe there's some way to avoid these things, but it doesn't look like it. So maybe I'm thinking about it wrong, and what if we had 2 separate stamping sides? Maybe that would be the way to speed it up. Somehow. If you had paint just on the top, Stamper, rear, and below. You could paint. But then every face that you stamp still has to be rotated at least once, and it has to be painted at least once. Is it the case that every face has to be rotated once? Maybe not. Well, yes, because it has to be rotated once to get it onto the painting side. I don't understand it. I don't know how you could do this with fewer devices. There's probably something that I don't understand yet about, or not fewer devices, fewer steps. There's probably something I don't understand about how these things are laid out, or some trick I don't know yet about how to avoid things. It seems to me, I mean, everyone else who did this level did it with the same tools I have. So there must be some way to use these tools to greater advantage, and I'm not seeing what it is. But there's some mental tool I'm missing for like how to address this that presumably some later level will teach me. How do I? I'll tell you what. We'll just call it a break here. We learned the very basics, and I'm gonna go have dinner, and I'll get back to you after that. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.